Hello, everyone, and welcome back to FYI with Crystal. Always amazing to be with you and talk to you. All right, so today I'm going to be talking about certain hygiene tips for kids, right? Now, children are an important aspect of the society and any community, and it's really, really important that we try to focus a lot on our kids and their hygiene. Why? Because the hygiene condition of any child tells a lot about how they grow up. It also speaks to the health benefits that they derive and how healthy they will also grow. And then when they grow up, it's the same hygiene tips they've learned that they will also pass on to their children. You get what I mean? So it's pretty fundamental and important that we teach our kids to know basic things about hygiene, the necessaries, things they should avoid, things they should do, things they should not do to lead a better lifestyle. So in our typical FYI fashion, I'm going to give us about 10 tips of, tips we should have for our kids with regards to their hygiene. Number one, and this is not just to the kids, but this particular one is for every single person. When you get sachet water, please, a lot of people try to always clean it on their shirts or something on their body before they put it in their mouth. In their mind, in their heads, they are actually feeling like they are doing the right thing. Like, okay, well, I'm clean, so I'm just going to wipe it on my shirt first before I put it in my mouth, cut it off and then drink. That is wrong, because you just might be doing yourself more harm than good. When you step out, you don't know what germs, bacteria, or what viruses or whatever might have stuck on your clothes. You're out in the open. You pick things from everywhere and every corner. When these sachets are also with these people who you buy from on the road, or let's say traffic perhaps, particularly in a place like Lagos where there's so much soot and dirt in the air, you don't know what you're putting in your mouth. That's why a lot of times there's all these things that's wrong with people. It's because of reasons like this. So when you pick it up, don't feel like when you rub it on your shirt, you've done something good. No, you've possibly even worsened the condition. I guess you'll be wondering, okay, so what do I do? I'm sorry, but this might look like a lot of work for you guys, but when you want to drink the water, if you're home, all you simply need to do is put it under running water. Just wash it. It's particularly where you want to put your mouth. Wash it, rinse it off, and then go ahead and drink. If you're stuck in traffic and you're thirsty, what you simply need to do is buy 2 sachets. Use the first sachet to wash the one you want to drink. And you might think it's a lot of work, but trust me, when you avoid spending money in the hospital because of something you've picked up, you know that it's not a lot of work. Nothing is a lot of work, particularly when it has to do with your health and the benefits derived from that. This same thing also applies to like carbonated drinks, sodas, like stuff in can. No sense when this stuff is packed, it's transported from one place to another. When it's put on shelves, some supermarkets or big stores try to clean it, but trust me, they'll never clean it well enough. And then even when they clean it and put it on the counter, right, it's still there for a while, so dust, debris, other things still settles on it. So it's always advisable that when you also buy it from a store, before you drink it when you get home, just wash the base of it, so you could take off whatever bacteria or that might be on it. All of that would help you lead a better lifestyle. Number 2, food hygiene for kids. You need to be able to teach your kids the importance of food hygiene. First of all, what's very important is the fact that they need to wash their hands. Wash their hands before they touch anything they're going to take into their mouth. Very important. You also need to teach them that when they want to put like leftovers or whatever in the refrigerators, they need to make sure it is covered. One thing people don't know about refrigerators and kitchens is that no matter how clean you feel your kitchen is, trust me, it's never up to 80% clean. There's always going to be some micro whatever that is in some corners. That is just how it is for kitchens. Try it as you may. And then refrigerators are like a perfect brewing ground for bacteria because it's cool, so these things can afford to grow in there, and just thrive. So no matter how clean or tidy you might be, your refrigerator is not altogether clean. So anytime you want to put something in your refrigerator, make sure it is covered. So teach your kids to always make sure they cover stuff before they put in the refrigerator. If it doesn't have a cover, they could maybe use cling film, put it over it, or maybe foil or whatever, but make sure it is covered before you put it in the refrigerator. So teach your kids the importance of food hygiene. Very, very important. Number 3, hand hygiene for kids. Very important. You know, as children, they are always everywhere. They are touchy, they are doing this, teach them to wash their hands at all times. They go to school, as soon as they come in home, the first thing they need to do is wash their hands. Before they eat, wash your hands. After you eat, wash your hands. You go to play, you come back, wash your hands. Before you grab a snack, teach them to know the importance of always washing your hands, because your hands are always grabbing things that are dirty. If you just go with your dirty hands and then pick things and go straight to your mouth, you might think, oh, your immune system will fight it. I think it's better to avoid having your immune system fight it. So just wash your hands. It takes nothing from you. Teach your kids the importance of washing their hands as often as possible. Number 4, sleep hygiene for kids. This is important. I remember growing up, my bedtime was 8:30 every day, and then for the weekends, my bedtime was 9 p.m. You know, it might seem as though it's stressful, but you can never underestimate the effect and power of having proper sleep for children. You know, and then the more they are used to going to bed at a particular time, at a certain point in time, you don't need to even enforce it. They naturally just become sleepy when they get towards that time, because their system is used to this. So teach them to have enough sleep so that they could grow well. It's good for their mental health, it's good for their brain, it's good for their body to rejuvenate after the stress of being a child. Yeah, there is some stress that comes with being a child, okay? So it's important that this is, you know, made to sink into their heads so that they know that it's important they have enough sleep. Number 5, oral hygiene. Teach your kids to know the importance of brushing their mouth properly and brushing their mouth at least twice every day. In the morning when they wake up, at night before they go to bed. Again, remember that whatever it is they learn now, they'll grow up with it, and the same knowledge they will pass to their own children. Number 6, hair care. This is also very important, particularly as children. A lot of times you could see children having funny stuff in their hair, from dandruff to lice to all manner of stuff. Teach them not to share hats or headwears with strangers or their friends from school. You know, teach them to know that they should change their pillowcases very, often. I try to do it at least every week. Very important, change your bed sheets, change your pillowcases, change your towels once every week. Very, very important. And then you try to make sure that they also know they should wash their hair with shampoo and then condition it, moisturize it, just so it's fresh and devoid of any of those things. If you notice anything funny, immediately go see a doctor, go see a pharmacist, so you could get the right prescription and avoid, the spread or worsening of whatever it is that might be going on with your hair, because it's pretty important. And then a lot of times when people play and sweat, it kind of like congeals around your scalp area because there is hair. So it's really important that when you're washing, you put your fingers through and you really thug, so that debris, sweat, and everything that might have been there and, cooked up can be taken away, right? And then you rinse with warm water. Number 7, nail hygiene, and this is very important. Keep your nails as fresh as mine. This is really important, because when kids go out and they play and do all those things, dirt and debris always gets in between, their nails. And it's also important that, particularly as guys, you keep your nails short. It's healthy, because if your nails are not clean, you pick up stuff, you put your hand in your mouth, all the dirt and debris that might have clogged in there comes straight into your mouth. So they should take particular note of their fingernails. Make sure it's trimmed all the time, and make sure there is no dirt that's caught in between. So when they shower, teach them to scrub properly, and get everything out so that they are all round healthy children. Number 8, and this is so important, bathing hygiene. Teach them not just the fact that they need to have their showers twice a day. Teach them the importance of scrubbing, in the right places. As they grow up, let them know places where more attention should be focused on, like the underarms, the groin area, and all of that stuff. Let them know the importance of scrubbing those areas properly to avoid bad odors and stuff like that from springing up. Number 9, foot hygiene. This is very important. A lot of people don't know that when you scrub your feet, sometimes you sweat extra on your feet, and then let's assume this is my finger, but let's just assume this is my feet, so it clogs in. So when you're trying to scrub your feet, you have to make sure that in between your toes, all of this is scrubbed. You keep your nails clean, you keep the area fresh. And then if for instance, maybe you sweat more than usual on your feet, your kids, and this also goes out to adults, and you're susceptible to having your feet have a smell, you could use certain bacteria creams. You rub it directly on your feet, and trust me, it'll kill that problem, and you will just feel more comfortable because you don't have foot odor. Finally, let's talk about toilet hygiene. Now, other than your kitchen, the toilet is another place that's susceptible to having a lot of bacteria. So you want to make sure that you teach your kids to make sure that their toilets, their bathrooms are always clean. When it's to be washed, make sure it's washed with bleach. Why? Because bleach really kills all this, bacteria, and then it's also a disinfectant, and then it deodorizes. So it's very important that they know that their toilets must be clean, their toilet seats must be well cleaned and brushed and sparkling and smelling well. Very important, because a lot of people don't particularly have proper toilet hygiene, and this could affect their health, and this could make them not live to their full potential health wise. I mean, you want to kill something that will destroy or mar your future, right? So make sure you teach your kids to have proper toilet hygiene, because this will go a long way in ensuring that they have and they lead healthy lives. So thank you everybody for watching the show today. It's a thrill, and I'm really honored that I could have you as my audience. And in typical fashion, I would say, make somebody smile today, because it doesn't cost you anything. I love you for watching.